And welcome into the ballpark. Happy to have you with us. Interleague baseball on MLB The Show. It's the Los Angeles Dodgers taking on the Houston Astros. John Shambi and Chris Singleton on the call. Well, Singy, this ballpark still among the game's best. When the roof is open, it feels like an outdoor ballpark. And then you have the shade and the cool when the roof is closed.
Yeah, and formerly Tal's Hill out there in center. You still have the Crawford boxes in left, a unique setback in left center field, which causes the left fielders to have to play differently. But there is a lot of character to this place.
First pitch coming your way next. And towing the mound for Houston in this one, Steven Okert. What do you have on him, Chris?
Well, they're going with the opener in this one, so this is an interesting look. He's probably only going to pitch an inning, maybe two at the most, and it's going to be unconventional. I think he's going to pitch backwards, more off speed, and then fastballs late.
Just about ready to roll. Here's Shohei Ohtani.
Number 17, Shohei Ohtani.
And there's a strike. We are underway. Laser could be trouble. Around first, heading for two. And it's a double to start the game.
Love how he let that ball travel, trusted his hands. Nice job of going the other way.
Runner in scoring position, no outs. So now it's Freddie Freeman.
Hee-haw!
Man at second.
That's a ball.
Now there's a bullet down the line. And it's a one-hopper off the wall. Should score the run. Shohei to the plate and scores. Throw to second. Not in time. He's there easily.
Well, they strike first as he gets the job done to bring home the run. Nice line drive to the pull side. Met it out front, but just stayed through it nice enough and ripped it into the outfield.
The batter now will be Will Smith.
Ha!
Smith thought that one missed, and here comes a challenge. Barely a hair out of the zone, but it was a ball. Still two challenges left for them.
No.
Get ready for some action here. Good RBI guy at the plate. Runners in scoring position and a hitter's count.
3-1 now. And ball
Too high.
4
Go to
to
first.
aboard.
Batting fourth, right fielder, Kyle Tucker.
First and second, no outs. Here's Kyle Tucker.
This might be the most pressure you put on this guy today. You got one run in. You got to try to get another one or maybe two.
Good eye at the plate. They'll overturn the call. So they've still got both their challenges. Activity in the Houston bullpen. Ryan King, the left-handed reliever, appears to be getting loose. And that one fouled off.
it's great to get on the board in the first frame of the ball game, but here's an opportunity for them to really open things up with a couple of runners on. Let's see if they can cash in.
Fights that one away, still 1-2. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. The 1-2.
Well, this is a guy that can be frustrating for pitchers because he fouls off so many pitches and grinds out the at-bat. I'm sure there's some times where a pitcher would rather just give up a first pitch single than have to waste 6 or 7 pitches on one hitter.
Stays alive. Battling here as he fouls it away. 9th pitch of the at-bat due next. Okay, this one bounces away from Vasquez. So on the wild pitch, 2 guys advance.
Well, Boog, it's already been a tough start to this inning as it is, and that wild pitch is going to make things even tougher. 2 men in the scoring position now, still with nobody out. So this really becomes a strikeout situation on the mound.
Three balls, 2 strikes the count. High fly ball lifted into near right field. Smith should have this one, and there's one down. Time to check out the Dodgers lineup. This is a veteran-led lineup right here. A lot of players with plenty of experience, Singy.
Yeah, no doubt about that, Boog. These players have been around the game for a long time, and they may not have the flash that they once did, but they've got the wisdom to be able to understand different situations, be able to think with the opponent and sometimes in front of the opponent. And you always seem to see a team like this. They come to the ballpark, they know how to get down to business, and they understand what the job is at hand.
Ball.
In the dirt, nice job behind the plate. Two on, 1 out. Swing and a miss. 1-2.
A pitch started in and ended up on the outside edge, just changing planes and very difficult.
That one to first. Walker takes it to the bag, and there's 2 down.
Good late bite on that slider, got the hitter out in front, rolled over on it. Exactly what he was supposed to do.
And now Teoscar Hernandez.
It's early, but these at-bats can impact the game just as much as they do later. Here's a chance to set the tone early for your team.
Foul ball there.
Ball.
It's a big opportunity right here, but I love the way he's slowing the game down. He's shrinking his zone, making sure he gets the pitch that he wants to hit.
That's a bullet, but it goes foul.
It's so hard to slow yourself down when you see that juicy breaking ball, but the most success happens when you try to take that right back up the middle approach.
This one in the air, center field. Matthews under it. And that is that. Dodgers with a run scoring double. It's now 1-0. We go to the bottom of the first. And taking the ball for the Dodgers, Yoshinobu Yamamoto. Tell us about him in that sub-3 ERA, Siggy.
Well, anytime you can keep your ERA under 3, you're doing a lot of things right, and you're putting your team in a position to win a lot of ball games as well. And he's doing tremendous out there on the mound. Every time he gets the ball, you expect him to go out there and dominate, and that's what he's been to this point. We'll see how he is today.
Here's Carlos Correa. That's a strike. It's 0-1. The
Ball.
shortstop takes the ball. The 1-1 is fouled off. Into center. That one gets down for a hit. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
He made that look easy, keeping his bat in the zone on plane for a long time. That leads to a high contact rate and more barrels, Boog. Even when you don't get it great, it's still hit hard enough to dunk something in like that in front of the center fielder.
Here's Yordan Alvarez. Correa gets his lead at first with nobody out. Top of the zone, and it's called a strike. He'll challenge, thought that was a ball. And that one did miss, and the strike is overturned. They'll keep both their challenges. The 1-1. Swung on, belted. That one carrying. Gone into the deck area in center, home run. That one felt good, and it gives them the lead in the first. It's 2-1.
You can't ask for a better start than hitting a home run in your first at bat to give your team the lead. Power versus power right there, like two locomotives colliding. Who's going to win? Well, a really good job there by the hitter, getting the top hand working. Powers that fastball out of here.
Now it's the DH, Isaac Paredes. And that is out of play.
It can be tough to bounce back after a big home run, but nobody on, nobody out. You just have to treat it as a fresh inning.
And the 0-1. This one belted deep left field, on its way, gone. They do it again. Back-to-back homers, and they add a run. It's 3-1.
Back-to-back homers, always a special feeling at the ballpark, especially if it's your team that does it and those guys get to slap hands at home plate. This is the kind of thing that can really fire up a ball club.
And now it's Christian Walker.
Ball, no.
Singy, maybe some nerves getting the best of him in the first.
Well, it's hard to know exactly if it's nerves or not, but he just doesn't have it right now. Those hitters on the other side, they're going to say it's nerves and use that as a competitive edge to try to jump on him even more.
Hey.
That clips the corner. Gets a piece and stays alive. Another 1-2. Swing and a high fly ball left field. One away. Now we check out the Astros lineup. Singy, this righty-heavy lineup is a bit unusual against a right-handed pitcher.
Yeah, Boog, certainly bucks the old conventional wisdom, and I'm not sure I see the vision from the manager on this one. You're not exactly putting your players in the best situation to succeed when you roll out a lineup like this. Maybe they've seen something on video that tells them there's a weakness to exploit. Perhaps that's it.
Altuve in the box as he fouls off the first pitch. The 0-1. And a curve drops in for a strike. Got him. Now 2 away.
Not the best location with the fastball on strike 3, but when you're pumping high 90s, you'll get away with some of those, more margin for error. You know, the fastball has become such a huge strikeout pitch in the sport. And I think a lot of it has to do with all the attention and emphasis on improved spin rates. These fastballs are just exploding out of the pitcher.
The throw to first. That ends the frame. But 2 round trippers in this inning. The long ball was working. And this is now a 3-1 ball game.
Now pitching.
Welcome back, and we've got a new arm on the mound to start the second. Ryan King. He pitched yesterday, and we'll see him once again. Here's the center fielder, Andy Pajes.
Center fielder, Andy Pajes.
Ground ball left side, and that's just foul. 0-1 now. Late on that fastball. And a foul ball, he stays alive. This one in the air, center field. Correa gets under it. 1 down.
That's a really nice play, ranging back into the outfield for that catch. We all know those can be a little tricky, especially if the wind's swirling around out there.
And at the plate for the Dodgers, Hye-Sung Kim. That's in for a strike. Out towards right center field, Matthews on his way over, and there's 2 down.
Batting ninth, second baseman, Alex Freeland.
Alex Freeland steps to the plate for the Dodgers.
You want to be patient here. Try to work a walk if you can. You've got a big power bat behind you in the on-deck circle, and with 2 outs, 1 swing can put you right back in this ball game.
That one found hard the other way. That's
Ball
too
2.
low. 2-1. Comes up empty. That's strike 2. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. Got him swinging for the K. Chase the fastball up the ladder for strike 3. Nothing doing for the Dodgers here, and it remains a 3-1 ball game. Bottom of the inning, and stepping in for the Astros, Cam Smith.
High.
That one finds the zone. That is strike 2. Carl Dixon working the plate in this one.
You know, we often hear and talk about umpires being a pitcher's umpire, but Boog Dixon maybe a little bit more hitter-friendly than most. He's kind of tight on the corners, so we'll see if that comes into play at all in this one.
This ball's chopped on the ground. Throws to first. That's one out, the bottom of the second.
Batting eighth, catcher, Christian.
So here's Christian Vasquez. He's been a great free agent sign. Check swing, and he went. That's strike one. Inside, almost got him. And that one is lifted in the air. Tucker under this one. And there's two away.
Batting ninth, left fielder, Dustin Harris.
Now the left fielder, Dustin Harris. In there for strike one.
The strong second inning is a confidence builder for him, a relief for his manager. Doesn't have to get into that bullpen quite as early.
That clips the corner.
Quickly down 0-2 in the count. I think you got to choke up a little bit, spread out the feet. You don't know what the velocity or the location of this next pitch is going to be.
2 down, nobody on. Swing and a miss, and he chases that one in the dirt. That completes the strikeout, inning over. It's the Astros 3 and the Dodgers 1. Back here in Houston, now it's the Dodger leadoff hitter, Shohei Ohtani. Two of the most potent offenses in the game squaring off. High fly ball out to center field. Matthews under it. And there's one away.
Up next for the Dodgers, first baseman.
Here comes Freddie Freeman up to hit. He doubled home a run in his first AB. Hit hard but foul off to the left.
He's getting the barrel to the ball. He's just got to work on that timing a little bit.
Check swing. No appeal. And that's ball one. And there's a rocket into the outfield. And that's going to get into the corner. The relay to second, in there. That's a double.
Having a really nice game here. That's his second extra base hit. Showed a willingness to drive that pitch the opposite way. Didn't get jumpy, didn't try to pull the ball. He let it get deep, took the barrel right to it, and then extended through the swing for the line drive base hit.
One out, runner at second. And up to the plate is Will Smith. Walked his first time. Check swing called strike. That's strike one. One out and a runner at second. We're here in the top half of inning number 3. Right through there for his strike.
Well, we call that keyholing. Even though it's right there and looks pretty good, if he doesn't love it, he's not going to swing that early in the count.
Way inside, gets out of the way. Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. Freeman, the runner at second with one away. Sets him down looking. Throws him with the heater at the knees.
Just locked him up right there for the second out, and that's the bat he's probably going to be thinking about for a little while. Didn't pull the trigger. Not how you want to go down in an RBI spot, so now you got to hope your teammate behind you can pick you up.
So here's Kyle Tucker now. He's 0 for 1.
Ball, no.
Man on second, 2 down.
Ball 2.
And that one is downstairs. Ball 3. Max Muncy waiting on deck if they extend the inning.
Plenty of pop in his bat, so he could give them the lead with one swing if he gets the chance.
3-0 down. And ball 4, 2 aboard.
Walks out of the bullpen can absolutely kill your momentum very quickly. They're in some hot water trying to protect this lead.
First and second, 2 outs. Here's Muncy to hit. 0 for 1 so far. That one misses. That's 5 straight. Two on, 2 outs. Fouled off. He was late. And now it's 3-2, and this is a good example of the type of at-bat that Muncy can deliver. Teoscar Hernandez in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. Payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. That's a strikeout. Couldn't catch up to the heater. No runs, a hit, 2 left. We move on to the bottom of inning number 3. It's the Astros 3 and the Dodgers 1. Back here in Houston, here's the Astros leadoff man, Carlos Correa. Correa goes 6 feet 3 inches, hitting leadoff in today's game, and he was born in Puerto Rico. On the corner for a strike. Goes down swinging for the strikeout. Chase the fastball up the ladder for strike 3.
He had him out in front, which isn't easy to do against a hitter like this, known for using the entire field. Just couldn't sit back long enough on that one.
Alvarez batting for the second time, and that's strike 1. Breaking ball through there for a strike. Alvarez wants to challenge this, thought it was a ball. And the strike is overturned after review. Still 2 challenges left for them. The 1-1. Just missed. That's in there. And the count is filled up.
If he doesn't get a knock right here, that pitch he just took is going to eat at him for a while. You might not see another pitch like that from a top-level guy like this.
Got him looking for the K. And that's 4 strikeouts.
Tasked with 1, 2, and 3 to start this inning, but no trouble so far. I'm sure he'd love to strike out the side here. Make a little statement, but you got to be composed in this spot. Focus on getting this next guy. You got 2 good outs. Want to get the 3rd one and avoid the middle of that lineup coming up with a base runner. Could become dangerous.
Pajes on the move to the gap. And that is the 3rd out of the inning. Nothing across here this half. On to inning number 4. It's the Astros 3 and the Dodgers 1. Back here in Houston as we go to the top of the 4th. Teoscar Hernandez steps to the plate for the Dodgers. Here's a swing and a line drive and a base hit into right field. And that'll bring the tying run to the plate.
Up next for the Dodgers,
Andy Pajes getting ready to hit. Flied out his first time.
You know, these Dodgers just lacking discipline at the plate in this ballgame. They're chasing a lot of pitches outside the zone, and those chases are turning into a bunch of outs. Can they turn that around and stay within the zone? We'll see, but I think they have to.
Here's your 1. And there's 1 down.
And obviously, a lot of credit for all those chases and strikeouts goes to the pitching. It's been nasty, but you can bet this offense is trying to figure out some way to put up a better fight.
1 out man at first. Hesung Kim will hit next. 0 for 1 with a fly out to center.
He rides.
That one fouled off. Got him swinging for the strikeout. Tied him up on a fastball inside.
Just overmatched on that fastball right there, and it wasn't like he was set up for it by something off speed earlier in the at-bat. Just came right after him with 3 straight, and he had no answer for it.
Digging in, Alex Freeland. He struck out swinging at his first at-bat.
Drive.
That one hammered, but pulled foul. And the 0-2. In the air, left field. Harris turns to the right on the move. Pulls it down, and he makes the catch. And that's the 3rd out. So the Dodgers leave 1. Score holds. It's 3-1. Back here in Houston, and here now is the Astros cleanup hitter, Christian Walker. Ripped, but it curls foul. Misses just off the outside edge. I think that was a strike. Falling behind 2-1. Pop foul out of play off to the right. 2-2 now. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
I mean, there aren't many curveballs in the sport today that break like that thing does. Huge movement. It's so difficult to get on the same plane and even think about squaring it up, let alone get a piece and hope he throws something else to keep the at-bat alive.
Altuve now at the plate as he swings through strike one. Nowadays, with advanced metrics and increased use of moving the infielders around, defense isn't necessarily about making errors. Are you able to get to the ball? Are you able to position fielders where hitters hit the ball, but within the new shift rules? Muncy sends it to first. Already two gone here in the home fourth.
Center fielder.
Two outs, base is empty. And now the center fielder, Bryce Matthews. Grounded out his first time. Swing and a ground ball, and it finds its way through for a hit. And they have their first hit since the first inning.
Well, I don't think that pitch would have been called a strike, but he did such a nice job of pulling his hands tight to the body and just getting enough of the barrel on it to be hard enough back up the middle for a knock.
Stepping in, Cam Smith.
Hey.
Here comes the 0-1. And that one fouled off. The 0-2. In the dirt. Matthews off of first with two away. And they'll do it again. Now a quick throw to first. Matthews back on a dive. One-two now. Runs it up to 96 to record the punch out. One left for Houston, but they still lead it 3-1.
Now pitching.
We're back, and there's a new arm on the mound to start the fifth. Bennett Sousa.
And this is an important part of this game. Tight score and still a lot of outs to get. So they're looking for a big outing out of them right here to get some critical outs.
Back to the top of the Dodgers order. Shohei Ohtani up to the dish. 1 for 2.
You know, these Dodgers, simply put, are producing a lot of quality swings. They've been lining the ball all over the ballpark, and unfortunately, sometimes it's right into a glove. But still, they've hit 9 line drives so far, and that's something they should feel very good about.
Into the outfield, base hit. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
Up next for the Dodgers.
Really good swing right there. You got a pitch that he knew he could handle, allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer, and he hit the ball on the screws.
Freddie Freeman will come up to hit.
Hey.
Well, he's really working him away this at bat. Sometimes take a little bit off velocity, try to get a rollover, something on the ground, stay away from that big hole on the right side of the infield.
No.
Swing and a miss. 2 balls, 2 strikes. That's a little bit low. Foul ball left side. He'll see another. Fouled off, and they'll do it again. 8th pitch of the at-bat coming up. Swing and a bouncer. tosses to first. One away here in the fifth.
Up next for the Dodgers, catcher Will Smith.
So now with one away and a man at second, Will Smith to the plate.
Ball.
Pretty good pitch to take a pass at in a 1-0 count. Just not able to square it up.
Man at second. And there's a foul ball. Got it. 2 away. And now Kyle Tucker. Sousa. He's kind of a prototypical bullpen arm in today's game. Electric stuff that results in a ton of strikeouts. In a tough spot like this, that is a big time benefit. And that one clips the corner.
As a hitter, when a guy like this comes into the game, you feel like he's standing on top of you, and it's just attack mode coming right at you, expecting to get a swing and miss.
So man in a scoring position, and now the tying run comes to the plate, and we're at the top of the fifth. Fights it off. He'll see another. The 1-2.
Ball. No.
King Tuck goes down on strikes. So they can't do anything with the leadoff single there. Last half of the fifth coming up. It's the Astros 3 and the Dodgers 1. We head to the bottom of the fifth. At the plate is the Astros catcher, Christian Vasquez.
Ball.
In the air, right field. And there's one down.
Up next for the Astros, left fielder Dustin.
Here's the left fielder, Dustin Harris. He's 0 for 1. Inside, just missed.
Back-to-back fastballs in. That last one called for a strike. Probably go away, but look for him to come back in there to try to finish you off.
Ball to strike. The pitch. Swings through that one out in front that time.
No, that's a ball.
Swing and a miss, struck him out. Picks up strikeout number 7.
I'm not sure that was the exact location the pitcher wanted, but it worked. He got the swing and miss, and I'm sure a bit of sigh of relief after seeing that one go through the zone.
Correa in the box again, takes a strike. 2 down, nobody on. Last half of inning number 5.
Ball.
Here's a swing and a drive left field, and he knew it. He circles the bases, and they tack one on the board. It's 4-1. That's their third home run of the game.
They're having a lot of fun at the plate in this one. They've got the long ball working for them on autopilot.
So, Singy, this is a little bit of a surprise. A guy known for line drives hits one over the fence.
Well, if you're a little too early, you'll get some elevation in the ball, get out of the ballpark. For him, it's kind of a mistake. But you know what? When you have such a good approach, every now and then you're going to run into one.
Now it's Yordan Alvarez.
Outside, ball.
Two down, nobody on. Ripped right field. That's back there. That one way back, and it's gone. They go back to back. His second home run of the game, and they add to their lead. That one just sounded different.
And might have been the loudest moment yet. Man, my ears are ringing. I can feel that swing from the booth. Well, he put a really nice swing on that one, and everything was on time, took a direct path to the ball, excellent extension, and just drove it out of here. Nothing better than when the ball jumps off your bat like that.
So now here's the DH, Isaac Paredes.
No, that's outside.
The 1-0. Yeah, that's fouled off. The 1-2. That's foul off to the right side, keeps the AB going. Fouls it off, still 1-2. Struck him out swinging. That's his 8th strikeout of the game. But 2 round trippers in this inning. The long ball was working. It's now 5-1. Welcome back. A few highlights to help tell the story of the game. So digging in,
Leading
Max
off for Los
Muncy.
Angeles, third baseman, Max Muncy.
And first offering is fouled off.
Well, a big lead like this is comfortable many times, but not when these two teams are matching up. You got to continue to keep your head down, play catch with that catcher, and just try to move through this lineup.
Fought off foul. They've got a potent lineup. And when you think about teams capable of rallying from this kind of deficit, they're right at the top of the list. The 0-2. Spoils a 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. The 1-2.
Well, he's having a tough time getting a pitch by him. As a hitter, you feel pretty confident that you're seeing different pitches still able to make some type of contact.
High fly ball down the left field line. That one back there.
Foul
And
ball!
that one is foul. So we'll try it again.
5 foul balls in this at bat so far, and these two are going head to head. You can see the crowd. They're starting to get into it a little bit more and more each pitch, even though there hasn't been a ball in play yet.
That one
No,
just misses.
inside.
Full count now. In the air to left center. And there's one away.
Up next for the Dodgers, left fielder Teoscar Hernandez.
Here's Teoscar Hernandez. So the Dodgers are going to have to try and come from behind and try and get that offense going.
Ball 1.
That one ripped left field. That's back. Gone. It finds the Crawford boxes. A home run. So he goes yard to left. And they inch closer. It's 5-2.
That was one of those home runs where you really don't know if he got enough of it off the bat. I mean, he put a good swing on it clearly, but I wouldn't say he really got the sweet spot on the bat. The exit velo wasn't anything too impressive, but it had all it needed for him to circle the pillows.
Now here is Andy Pajes.
Ball.
And that's downstairs. And that is ball 1.
That's down. Ball 2.
1 out, base is empty, and a run in, and we're in the top half of the 6th. Swings and blasts one deep to left center. Diving, makes the grab. What a play.
You love to see when a guy's hungry to make a play. Right there, an excellent diving catch. You can absolutely tell he was all in tracking that ball down.
Manager out of the dugout now, and he'll make a move to dip into the Astros bullpen. Bennett Sousa gives way. It's a 3-run game, and we'll be back to tell you about the new arm in a minute.
Now pitching.
So a new pitcher out of the bullpen for the Astros, Brian Abreu. He's been so good against lefties. Now it's the shortstop, Hesung Kim.
Ha!
Kim measures 5 feet 10 inches, 27 years old, and he's a native of South Korea. Two down, nobody on. Swing and a miss. That one at 99, and it's 0-2. Brings it in for the 3rd out. Dodgers add 1 to their lead on the solo homer. It's 5-2.
Now pitching for the
Back
Dodgers.
now for the bottom of the 6th, and there's a new pitcher on the mound, Blake Trinan.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
So here's the Astros cleanup hitter, Christian Walker.
First baseman, Christian Walker.
Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Action in the pen down there. Number 70, the left-hander, is getting that big fastball of his ready to go. Henriquez getting cranked up as well. Strike two. And that's a strikeout looking. Went back to the sweeper, and it was effective.
Second baseman,
Jose Altuve up to hit here. And first offering is fouled off. Swings through that one for strike two. That's smacked on a line to center. And that's got extra bases written all over it. Now around second, going for third. The relay throw in there safely.
That's about as textbook as it gets. Got his stride and load out of the way early. He stayed inside that ball and squared it up out front. Man, that was like he was in the cage hitting off a tee.
One down, runner at third. Bryce Matthews up next for the Astros. First pitch, and that's in for a strike. One away with a runner at third here in the bottom of the sixth. That's in there at the knees, and it's strike two.
Man, this guy's got a great feel for his breaking ball today.
Just missed. Chop back up the middle. Freeland. Run scores, but a terrific play to get the out. Cam Smith digs in now.
right fielder, Cam Smith.
That's a bullet, but it goes foul. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-2.
Rarely will you see a pitcher just waste a pitch like that. The batter wasn't even tempted to swing. Every pitch needs to have a purpose so that it can set up a following pitch to help you get that out.
And now it's 1-2. Got him swinging. Seventh inning coming up. It's the Astros 6 and the Dodgers 2. Back here in Houston, we go to the top of the seventh. Alex Freeland steps to the plate for the Dodgers. The Astros have some action in their pen. A.J. Blueball, the rookie right-hander, is getting loose. The 0-1.
No, off the plate.
And he'll pull into second safely.
Everything came together for him. This was a really nice swing. Didn't quite get enough behind it to get it out of here, but once it got over his head in left field, it was extra bases all the way.
Runner in scoring position, no outs. Here's Ohtani. Not your prototypical leadoff guy. Gets on base, yes, but also some power. Runner in scoring position, nobody out. Here in the top half of inning number 7. That one misses, and that's ball 3.
It's a tough pitch, but in terms of the best pitch you're going to get to hit in the at-bat, that fastball was down enough where you're going to catch up to one. That's the one. When he elevates, hitters aren't touched it.
And an ABS challenge coming from behind the dish. Didn't miss by too much, but it'll stay a ball. That knocks them down to 1 challenge left. Clutch situation, and here comes one of the best hitters in these spots, Freddie Freeman.
So important to get ahead of these hitters. You don't want to issue a free pass and allow that tying run to come to the plate. You always want to keep that other team in a position where if they're going to beat you, they're going to have to do it with multiple hits.
The 0-2. Now a high fly ball out to left center. Harris settles under it. 1 away.
Up next for the Dodgers, catcher Will Smith.
Two aboard with 1 out. And next for LA, Will Smith.
Ball, that's too high. Hook one.
Good spot for the hitter. Definitely has the advantage in this count with runners on. Look for him to be aggressive on this next pitch.
Two on, 1 out. And
foul ball.
Foul ball. Got him swinging. It's a strikeout.
Way out front of that inside pitch there. Just exactly the opposite kind of approach that you want with 2 strikes. You want to let the ball travel. Make sure you recognize it. Try to shorten up so that you can at least put the ball in play. Clearly fooled, but I think even more so, you question the 2-strike approach.
Tucker, the next to hit, takes ball 1. First and second, 2 down. The 1-2. Left field. That one hops off the wall and should score at least 1. In comes the run from second. It's a 3-run game, 6-3.
Well done. Narrows the deficit with the RBI there. Now that sets up a huge at-bat in this ball game.
Muncy digs in. 0 for 3 in this one. And that clips the inside corner. Muncy wants another look at the called strike. It's a challenge. And after review, it was a ball. Good eye. They'll keep their remaining challenge. 2 on, 2 outs. That's
Ball
too
two.
low. And a count now 2-0.
2-0 count. You really don't want to give in here. You got to work the edges, really execute a pitch. Hopefully you can get back into this count.
There's the strike. You're getting a taste right here of what Max Muncy does. Has a really good eye at the strike zone. Teoscar Hernandez would be next if they can extend the inning.
And he's homered already, so I'm sure he'd love a chance to do some more damage here.
Late with the swing there.
Well, you got to find a way to catch up to that pitch. Perhaps shorten the swing, eliminate the stride. That one came in hot, but right down the middle, you're saying to yourself, how did I miss that pitch? Got to make a quick adjustment.
And they're all loaded up.
Good patience to take that walk and keep the line moving, and it sets up a critical at-bat coming up with the bases loaded here.
There comes the skipper out of the dugout, and he's ready to make the move. Brian Abreu departs. And the line not closed on him yet as he's responsible for the runners on base. Back with a new pitcher after this. The Astros turn to a new arm of the mound, A.J. Blueball.
Definitely a huge at-bat in this game coming up right here. But with 2 outs, he's just got to focus on getting one batter. And this should be fun.
And here comes Teoscar Hernandez for a critical at-bat. He's already homered here in this one. And delivers outside. Bases loaded, 2 down. And that's in there for a strike, and now it's even. That's a strike, and he inches closer to getting out of the jam. Got him swinging for the K. Good job at damage control right there.
A lot of adrenaline, we can see it right there, and sometimes you just got to let it out. That's an outstanding job of taking that, executing, and getting out of a tough inning.
Back here in Houston, the spray chart shows us an impressive power display from this lineup. 4 homers so far.
Yeah, they've been sending them out all over the yard, Boog. Doesn't seem like there's anywhere for these pitchers to hide. Well, these Astros, digging into their numbers, have to be happy with the swings they're taking. They have 5 extra base hits on the stat sheet so far, and that tells me they're seeing the ball out of the pitcher's hand really well.
That one hammered, but pulled foul.
With all those extra base hits, it's easy to think we're going to see that trend continue the rest of the game. They seem to be really locked in at the plate.
So now 1-2. Slice the other way. That's a base hit. And the leadoff man aboard.
Great recovery in this one. Early in the count, he looked lost, but finished strong with a nice line drive.
And next to hit for Houston, Dustin Harris.
Ball.
The 1-0.
Hey.
Vasquez gets his lead at first. Nobody out.
Ball.
Late that time, and it's strike 2. A little bit
Down,
low.
ball.
Full count now. Up the middle, flips it behind his back. A sensational double play.
They made that double play look so easy, but it was far from routine. That's the one thing about big leaguers. They make tough plays look simple.
And I think Dave Roberts is coming out of the dugout. Late Trinan won't go any further tonight. We'll be back in a minute with a new arm on the mound. So the Dodgers have a new arm on the mound, number 70.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
Base is empty after the double play. Now Correa up to hit. And first offering is fouled off. In there for a strike at the top of the zone. And that one missing inside, a sharp slider.
Good slider down and in can be so hard to get on plane with. You're better off taking that pitch.
Off the mark there. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
And that's awfully close. I don't know how you take that. He's seeing the ball out of the pitcher's hand really well right now.
Outside low. Ball 3. Yordan Alvarez. On deck, already 2 homers in the game.
Huge impact in this one so far, and you know he'd like to make some noise in this inning as well.
2 down, nobody on. On the ground to third, Muncy. Whips it to first, and the inning is over. Nothing doing there for Houston as they're unable to add to their 6-3 lead. We're at the top of the 8th, and at the plate for the Dodgers, Andy Pages.
Well, it's critical right here that they bear down and turn in some quality at bats. Try to chip away at that lead, because if it gets to the 9th, that closer's coming in.
Ball, that's down.
In this situation, you expect the batters to be a little more patient, possibly take until they get a strike. With that, you don't want to miss your opportunity to get ahead early in the count. He didn't right there.
And they don't come much closer, but it was a ball. So they get to hang on to their second challenge.
No need to offer that pitch until you get to 2 strikes. It's just a low percentage of success when you want to try to go after that down and away pitch.
2-2 now. Fastball is outside. And a swing and a miss, and that's the first out.
Well executed pitch on the outside part of the plate.
And the batter will be the shortstop, Hae-Sung Kim.
Ball 1. Ball
He's
2.
great hitting the ball the other way, and that pitch did a good job to straighten him up a bit. Mission accomplished.
Foul ball. The Dodgers trailing by 3, and we're at the top of the 8th. Now he breaks his bat. Gets it to first. Out on a bang-bang play, but he made it close.
Up next for the Dodgers, second baseman Alex Freeland.
And up next for Los Angeles, Alex Freeland. 1 for 3. He swings and fouls one off. 2 down, nobody on.
Ball.
And that's in for a strike. And it's 1-2. Good job to fight that one off.
You could see he was trying to stay back long enough to handle the off-speed pitch, but just a little tardy on the fastball.
This one in the air, center field. Matthews under it. And that'll do it. Nothing doing for the offense that time. Home half of inning number 8 straight ahead. It's the Astros 6 and the Dodgers 3. Down the number 2 hitter, Yordan Alvarez. He's already homered twice, the last one back in the 5th.
Just seems like he can't miss right now, seeing the baseball as well as anyone on the field. Now, I know the odds are against him, but who's going to bet against this guy right now?
This one in the air, right field. And a quick out, number 1.
Up next for the Astros, designated hitter.
So now the Astros designated hitter, Isaac Paredes. He had a big swing for these guys way back in the 1st inning.
Yeah, Boog, he didn't waste any time in this one. The solo shot really got his team going, and he's looking for more right here.
High fly ball down the left field line. Way back there. And that's a foul ball. Foul ball there. One and 2 now. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Breaking ball, and that got him.
First base.
Up next for the Astros.
So a man at first. Christian Walker up next for the Astros. 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts and a flyout. Pitch kicks away. And now a man into scoring position.
Man, it seems like his control has just totally left him out there. He hits the guy, then immediately throws a wild pitch to move him into scoring position. I'm sure that's a lonely feeling out there on the mound right now.
And that one is lifted in the air. Pajes has a beat on it. 2 away.
Every day during batting practice, these outfielders get about 10 minutes of balls in the gaps. They practice this, and when the game comes, they make the play perfectly.
Here's the former MVP, Jose Altuve. He gets the intentional walk here, and now will force at any base with 2 gone. So next up for Houston, Bryce Matthews. The Astros trying to break this one open here in the bottom half of the 8th inning. Swing and a pop-up. Kim under it. And that is that. 2 left for the Astros, but they still lead it 6-3. Last chance coming up here for the Dodgers. And on the mound, the closer, Angel De Los Santos.
Well, he's the guy they hope to turn to out of the pen to lock down wins. So this game has gone to plan, more or less. Let's see if he can wrap it up here.
That misses. Ball one. These two offenses can put up runs in a hurry. That one pushed foul.
Well, this is a good time to step out of the box, take a deep breath, reset. A couple of changeups. Probably won't see another one here.
That one finds the zone. 1 and 2. Stays alive. Swing and a miss. And a strikeout for the first out here in the ninth.
Well, the first batter, it's always a big one for the closer. I mean, you get that punch out, you get settled in, you feel like you're in command out there on the mound from the jump, and kind of prevents any doubt from creeping into your mind or the fielders that are playing behind you that, you know, you're going to wrap this thing up.
Freeman, batting with one down, takes a strike.
Well, I say it's the best pitch in baseball, strike one. You get ahead on a good hitter as well. Gives a little bit more confidence to move through the at-bat.
Ball.
De Los Santos, a 6'3" righty. He features a four-seam fastball, a slider, and he works in a changeup. Hammered down the right side, but foul. The 1-2. Swings through it for the K. Just one out remaining for the Dodgers.
This is definitely what a team likes to see out of their closer. Come in and just destroy all hope. First two batters, 2 strikeouts. See if he can strike out the side.
Smith in the box now. No balls and a strike.
Well, so many hard-throwing relievers in the game these days. You would think that hitters have made the adjustment, but I don't know if you ever get used to it. Just pumping gas out of the bullpen. So hard to play catch-up.
2 down, nobody on. High fly ball, and that one curling foul down the right side. The Dodgers down to their final strike. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. And the 0-2. Got him. That finishes the evening's action.
Well, this was a total team effort using 6 pitchers in this ballgame to get the win. Outstanding job of passing the baton. The next pitcher stepping up and getting it done. You got to give them a lot of credit because this is not easy to do. We'll see how it affects them over the next couple of days.
6-3 our final score. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB.